Day of Action for Palestine in Dover. Resilient Palestinian friends, honorable people of Dover, and folks who advocate for justice. As we come together today, I want you to emphasize the significance of remaining resilient when confronted with oppression. We must develop a highly conscious mindset that learns from our past horrific history and understand the struggles of the Palestinian people. Right now, I invite you to join me on a journey through history, exploring the complexities of the Palestinian struggle for justice and urgent need for solidarity and action against Israel. I'm here to help you reflect on the situation in Palestine, as it could have been the same for the UK if we hadn't resisted the Nazi invasion in the Second World War. Let's begin by reflecting on the lessons of history. Just as your ancestors faced the threat of a Nazi invasion, the Palestinians have endured decades of oppression and displacement. The Nakba of 1948 marked the beginning of their collective struggle, as the Zionists brutally kicked millions of innocent human beings out from their homes, stole their lands, and took away their livelihoods. At this moment, Palestinians are going through another Nakba. Since then, the Palestinian people have been facing a tremendous amount of injustices, from an illegal occupation of their lands to the denial of their basic human rights. The oppressors have been committing genocide against the indigenous people of Palestine. However, it's important to remember that if we hadn't resisted the Nazi invasion, we could have faced a similar situation here in the UK. Palestinians have sufficient evidence of the oppressors' crimes against humanity, supported by decades of violations of international law. The occupation uses inhumane systematic discrimination techniques. They have been building illegal settlements on Palestinian lands. The oppressors intended to commit further genocide against Palestinians, confining millions of innocent people in a small town of Haifa. We have to find courage in the face of this oppression. We must take action to stop the aggression targeted at Palestinians. This unlawful occupation of Palestinian territory by the colonizers is not just a political issue. It is a humanitarian crisis that demands our urgent care. Blockage of Gaza has created dreadful humanitarian conditions with severe shortages of food, medicine, and clean water. The continued expansion of illegal settlements in the West Bank has been further aggravating the situation, making the prospects for peace ever more challenging. We should have hope because even while suffering against an illegal occupation, the Palestinian people have shown remarkable dignity in the face of extreme oppression. From organizing peaceful movements to advocating for their human rights on the international stage, the strength of the Palestinian people is creating a global movement full of genuine compassion. As we reflect on the lessons of our history and the struggles of the Palestinian people, we must ask ourselves, how can we support and uplift Palestinian voices? How can we, as individuals and as a community, stand in solidarity with the oppressed, innocent human beings living in Gaza? The answer is already inside your consciousness. Reflect on it, as we must raise our voices to support justice and freedom, regardless of people's skin color, background or religious beliefs. We must support grassroots organizations and initiatives that empower Palestinians. We have to promote peaceful coexistence with people who have different traditions than we do. We demand that our financial institutions impose sanctions against Israel. The UK should not provide any form of funding to an illegal occupation. We demand that our elected representatives uphold international law and ensure that the oppressors are held accountable for their crimes. It's important that we insist on the closure of all Israeli embassies in the UK and the removal of their ambassadors. We demand an immediate ceasefire in Palestine. The oppressors must return the land and provide reparations for Palestinians. We call on the international community to stand firmly against Israel and ensure they face consequences for their criminal acts against Palestinians. Remember that the struggle for justice knows no borders. It's a mission in life that unifies us in our shared human existence, in our commitment and dedication to courage, compassion, and unity. Together, let's stand against oppression and injustice. Let's protect those who seek peace, dignity, and the right to choose their own path. Free Palestine.